1 year ago today, I bought my 2018 Ford Mustang Ecoboost. July 4th, 2018. Here we are 1 year exactly later to the day, July 4th, 2019. And we're with the car. I want to show you guys how it's holding up, give you some of my personal opinions just from owning the car, and also go over some future plans that I have for it. I am super happy with the car. I have no complaints about it at all because really I haven't had any issues with it. Haven't had any times where I've had to take it to the dealership, any times where it wouldn't start or given me issues, engine lights, anything like that. It's been fantastic. And to be honest, it spends a lot of its time in the garage, and I just freshly waxed it, so it still looks just as good as the day that I bought it. Just yesterday it hit 5,000 miles, so you can see that it really has just had an easy life so far, and I don't drive it that much. Did not drive it in the wintertime. I rarely drive it in the rain unless I get caught in the rain. Looks like it might rain today. Kind of funny because it actually rained the day that I bought it and was driving it home. It started raining, so I thought that was kind of funny that it might rain again today on the 4th here a year later. Short term, it's really hard to tell the quality of a vehicle, but so far at 1 year and 5,000 miles, the car's doing great. The paint's holding up well, the interior's holding up well. One thing that I did do, if you follow me regularly, you probably already know that I bought these 19-inch performance pack wheels, and those really just changed the whole look of the car. I had the basic 17-inch silver aluminum wheels, and after putting these on, it gives the car a much nicer look. And also I did have 20% tint all the way around, and in the front I do have a 2.5–3-inch 5% sun strip in the front, so that helps keep the sun out of my eyes while I'm driving. Also gives the car a nicer look, goes nice with the tint and also the black 19-inch performance pack wheels. There are a little bit of bugs in the front of the car just from driving it. I took it on the highway yesterday, did some highway driving with it. First, let's start with the things that I just love about the car. The first thing obviously is, for the price, the car does have a really good power punch, and with the 10-speed automatic, that transmission still shifts just as nice as the day that I bought it. The shifts are just instant, they're right there, and I do have some fun once in a while with the paddle shifters. You just slide it down into sport mode, and it just really makes for a fun driving experience. The horsepower is rated at 310 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque if you're running on premium 93 octane fuel. That is all I ever put through the car, is just 93 octane. I've done one oil change to the car, and I did use full synthetic oil. That's all I plan to use in the car, just because it's the best and I like getting the best stuff for my good vehicles like this. This color is known as ruby red for those of you that don't know, and it really just has a nice shine, especially since I just waxed it. And you can see that it had almost like a darker red color, a more deep dark red color when the sun was not out, but now that the sun is out, it's hitting the hood and you can just see how it shines nicely in the sun. Both the key fobs still work as they should, and this is the only one I've used. I have the other one that came with the car and I haven't used it at all. If something happened to this one, I have the other one as a backup just to keep it in nice shape. So some things that I love about the car: the price. It was very affordable, and it has been very affordable to keep going and operating. Second, I have to say the power that it produces paired with the 10-speed automatic transmission. And third, who doesn't love a Mustang? I mean, the Mustang is literally the most iconic sports car that you can get. And unfortunately, the creator of the Ford Mustang, Lee Iacocca, I think I'm saying that right, just passed away yesterday at 94 years of age. He brought this car into the world, and where would the automotive industry and the muscle car aspect be without that guy bringing this car to us? I mean, just the progression from 1965 to now, it's just amazing how far the Mustang has come. I really like the styling of the car. It has a really upscale, pricey, high-class look. For the price that you get on a base EcoBoost, it really just gives you a bold-looking, aggressive-looking, sharp car that looks a lot more expensive than it really is. So the performance, the looks, everything is there, and there is not really much that I don't like about the car. One thing that I have to say I do not like about the car, and this is not a huge thing, I'm not going to nail the car for this because you don't buy a car like this for gas mileage, but you can see here I have the window sticker laminated, 21 city, 32 highway miles to the gallon. And I appreciate Ford telling us that this car gets 32 miles to the gallon, and I'm sure there are fellow EcoBoost owners out there who have gotten that. Maybe, I don't know. Tell me, comment, and let me know if you have. Let me know what you have gotten, because I haven't seen 30 in this car, and I don't really horse it. I drive it nice on the highway. I've driven it on, say, maybe 150 mile trips at the longest at one time. Set, you know, cruise at 65, 70, maybe 75 at some points. And I think I've hit like 29.5, but I haven't broken 30. So I'm trying to figure out why I haven't hit 30 miles to the gallon when the car's supposed to get 32. And like I said, I baby the car, I don't horse it. It could be something with my gas mileage meter reading. Maybe it just doesn't read the gas mileage right. I know some vehicles have issues with that, but the gas mileage is not a big deal. So if you're going to buy one of these, don't buy it for the gas mileage, buy it because you want a fun sports car. The transmission in the car shifts absolutely perfect. It's very instant. Like I said, when you get onto the highway and you punch it, it shifts right away and it just goes. Something that I noticed, and I've driven a lot of sports cars, so coming from somebody that has experienced V8s and 6 cylinders, when you get onto the highway and you're on the merge ramp and say you just punch it hard or you floor it, there is that, because of the turbo and because it is a 4-cylinder, it does have a little bit of a turbo lag. You can kind of feel it, and it's almost like the car's like hesitating some, but it doesn't really hesitate. It's a weird feeling. If you drove one of these and you took it out on the highway, you'd see what I'm saying. But the power's there. It's not missing the power. It's a really unique feel. Once you take one out for a ride, you'd be able to see what I'm saying there. The interior really should be holding up well, and it is holding up nicely. I do have these black and red floor mats that match the outside and inside of the car nicely. The black and red kind of goes nice with the car. Interior's in outstanding shape still, no stains, rips, or anything. Everything's perfect as it should. One thing I am noticing, and this is not even here yet, but just from having cars for an extended period of time and being able to tell how they wear and the places that they wear, there's a slight wrinkle right there. We're starting to crease the bolstering of the seat, and it's just ever so slightly. It's not really that big. It's not even as long as my pinky is, but it's not a big deal. Just something down the road when the car has a lot of miles, it might spread. But again, I'm just trying to show you the quality of the car, how it's holding up. The door panel, all the knobs and everything are still intact. The soft to touch armrest, the cloth insert, the dashboard is in good shape, no warping or cracking or anything. The wheel's in perfect shape because I did buy the steering wheel cover, and it has kind of a carbon fiber appeal. Kind of goes nicely with the dash trim. We'll go ahead and hop inside. We'll start it up. And you can see that I'm at 5,015 miles. Now, right now, I'm going to show you the gas mileage, what I'm averaging right now, 26.9 miles to the gallon. Not sure if you can see that clearly, but the car is on a quarter of a tank of gas. I usually fill it up when it gets to a quarter of a tank. But like I said, I haven't hit 30, and this right here is kind of a combined of city and highway, so I'm not mad or upset about the gas mileage at all. When I do have steady highway driving, it goes up to about 29.5, or maybe 28.5, something like that. But for the power it produces, that's still good. AC still blows ice cold, and probably colder than any other vehicle I've had. The air conditioner, especially when you have it on max AC, the car will just literally freeze you out. The air conditioning is that cold. That's a good thing though. Headliner's in good shape, of course. It should be. I'm gonna pop the trunk, pop the hood. We'll take a look underneath there. Not gonna take it for a drive because I already have a review of the car. Just want to kind of show you the quality aspects of it, how it's holding up. And the back seat here is holding up nicely. Honestly, I think that maybe 2 or 3 times I've had people riding in the back seat And the only thing that they've complained about is the headroom. And in fact, if you look back there, I just had a couple of guys riding back here yesterday. You might be able to see the marks from where their heads were touching the window. And I've gotten in the back of the car. The legroom, if you put your seat up about halfway for people that aren't freakishly tall, I mean, somebody that's sitting back there could have a comfortable leg position, but more than likely their heads are going to be touching the window just because the way that the car is designed. And that's just the way it is. I mean, you buy a sports car to have fun with it. You don't buy it to haul extra passengers around in it. But that's something to be aware of if you're going to be hauling people or lugging a car seat in and out of the back seat. It's something to keep in mind. The trunk area, it looks like a disaster, but really all I keep back here in a messy fashion is detailing towels. The window sticker, like I said, had laminated, and some detailers, some towels over there, but everything back here is just like it was when it was new. Underneath here, I'm not going to open it up all the way, but underneath here there is the inflator kit, and the car does not have a spare tire. That's something that I'm not crazy about. I'm not a big fan of these inflator kits, but helps with weight of the vehicle, I guess. It limits the weight, helps lighten up the car a little bit to help you get up to speed quicker. Everything back here is looking good with the tail lights and the exhaust tips and all the plastic trimming and everything. The only thing that's broken on the car, and it's probably more of my fault than the car's fault itself, is this right here. It's a wind or air deflector here. I forget exactly what the name of it is, but I already bought this part. I just need to put it on, and you can't even tell it's broken. But I guess a rock or something might have kind of come up and hit it and broke it loose. But that's the only thing as far as cosmetic things that maybe have broken. Everything else on the outside and inside is holding up well. We'll go ahead and take a look at the passenger side. And when I wash the car, I'm sure to wipe out the door jambs and all the cracks and crevices here just to keep all the moisture and junk out. It does have Mustang door plating sills on the way in on each side, and those are a dull black plastic finish. Mustang embroidered into the seats, the cloth seats in the center, and you do have kind of a dual stripe design in the seats. White stitching also. Really, the car is still in like new condition. My owner's manual, cell phone charger in there. Secret compartment, which I don't think I've ever used, not even once. Something you might not know about the car is that there is extended storage here, and I guess it's for umbrellas or something. I like to kind of hide stuff back in there if I have valuable things, or you can put cameras back there or whatever. But I'm going to show you this. You might not know if you have a Mustang. I didn't know until a few months after I bought the car that you can fit a bunch of stuff back in this little storage area in the door. It goes pretty deep back in, just about the length that you see there. It goes back into the door, so that's a nice little hidden storage area in the door. The only things really that I've done to modify the car, and they're not really modifications, is the upgraded 19-inch performance pack wheels and the window tint. And like I said, neither of those are by any means modifications. I do have a series of things that I want to do to the car. I'm going to try to get them done over the next year or so. I don't plan on getting rid of the car. And you can see it's real clean under here. I keep it spotless. Only had one oil change. I do like to change it every 3,000. Even though it's full synthetic, I still want to change it every 3,000 because it can only help. It's not going to hurt by changing it that much. Everything's looking just like brand new still. Hood vents are still in good shape. They're not coming up or getting loose or anything. They're holding up nice. Now for the list of modifications that I want to do to the car, I have stuff saved, exactly what I want to do, the brands and stuff. Don't hold me to them because I might be saying it wrong, but I want to get a I believe it's a American Muscle cold air intake. And I also want to get a downpipe. I forget what brand it is, but I think it's MBRP, if I remember right. Again, I have all this stuff written down and saved. So an intake, downpipe, and exhaust. And I looked at different exhaust systems, the MBR. There's a street series, there's a race series. I forget exactly which one it was I decided on. But intake, downpipe, exhaust, and also a Cobb, I believe it's stage 3 tune. And doing that, I can gain roughly, from what I've seen on American Muscle, and I think I saw a couple others do it, you can gain roughly around 100 to 112 horsepower. So that right there, being stock 310 horsepower, that would put me at around 420-ish if I did do those mods, which I do plan to do those, like I said. And that right there will make the car all the more fun to drive. But as of now, I'm super happy with the car. This is the 1 year, July 4th, 2019 anniversary update of the car to show you how it's holding up. And overall, I'm happy with the car. I don't have any major complaints. I did mention a few things that I maybe wasn't quite happy with, but it's not anything worth dwelling on because overall the car is fantastic. And I'm just super happy that I bought it. I don't regret purchasing it at all. Also, thank you very much for the support, especially on my Instagram page. Now having almost 5,400 followers, the growth has been insane. Since I bought the car, I've gained around 5,000 followers, and the Mustang community is just awesome. I love being a part of it, and I appreciate all your support greatly. Thank you very much. So there you go. That's the 1 year, 5,000 mile update of my 2018 Ford Mustang Ecoboost. Thanks so much for watching. Comment and let me know your thoughts on this video and the car itself. Before you go, turn on notifications before you go, and subscribe today if you haven't already.